We're your hosts, Ray.
And Sara, and welcome to the December edition of the Stanford High Roundtable Radio.
To wrap up the Thanksgiving season, Stanford High hosted their annual First Thanksgiving in America. Our reporter, Shayna Friedman, interviewed the coordinators of the event.
How long has this event been happening and how did it start?
So this is our 12th year. We started 12 years ago with just the students who were in my classroom. So we had about 12 to 15 students. And then we grew to another room. And as you can see, we've slowly grown to take over the small auditorium.
That's awesome. The big question is, who usually funds all of this? Where does the food come from? Things like that.
Yeah, so this year we had to do things a little different because some procedures changed. So this year we were lucky enough to have a community partner, JFS. I think you may have seen her in the room. That's the Jewish Family Services of Greenwich who did the turkey. But we partnered also with the culinary team and Miss Russo, and she had her culinary students cook the food for us. So it was all came from one kitchen. And as you saw, they also served students. To me, the best part about that was to see some students who were here a year or two ago and experienced their first Thanksgiving now on the other side of the table serving for their first Thanksgiving.
How did this experience impact you and how do you think it impacted the students in this event?
It impacted me by making me proud that I'm a part of something, and then it impacted the students by being grateful for their things and spending Thanksgiving with their friends in Stanford High.
I think it impacted them in a way that they were allowed and experiencing a lot of gratitude for this event, and I'm just proud to be volunteering in such a great event.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, our boys soccer team faced a tough loss against Xavier in the second round of the state championship. Here's what the coach and some of the players had to say about their loss.
How do you feel about the loss against Xavier last week on Tuesday?
It was definitely a difficult loss for us, and it's one that we're still thinking about now because obviously Xavier last night, they just went on and beat Trumbull, and they're playing for a state championship. So to see we were in that position against a team of that caliber, but a game that we thought we could have won, it was difficult. It was difficult to deal with the loss and then have to see our 17 seniors obviously so upset after the game. So it was definitely a tough game.
What do you guys think you could have done different on the field?
I mean, there was a lot of areas to improve, but it just, when it comes down to it, it just who wants it more, and I guess we didn't really show up.
Yeah, like Tyler said, sometimes it just comes down to who wants it more on the day. We made some simple mistakes, but it wasn't by one particular person. The whole team just could have done better as a whole, so that's what it comes down to.
Were they a good team?
Yeah, they did what they wanted to good. Obviously, we think we're better, but they won the game, so that's what matters.
Were they a good team?
Yeah, they're number 4, I think, in the state. So they were a good team, and I think we did underestimate them a little bit. Being a team from up north, we normally think of FCIAC teams to be the highest level, so I think we underestimate them a little bit.
Next, Elizabeth Jacinto interviewed the Stanford High staff involved in the coffee and hot chocolate sales that benefit the ASD community at our school.
Hi, I'm here with
Justin Barami, or Mr. Justin.
And what's going on today?
We are selling coffee and hot chocolate. We actually sold out of hot chocolate. We do this once or twice a week. We come, we sell it, we have snacks. You know, it's very accessible for everyone around. You know, it changes sometimes where it is, so you have to make sure you get us when you can.
How much does everything cost?
Hot chocolate is $1, and coffee is $2 because it has more of an effect. It kind of wakes you up. So, you know, that's why it's a little more expensive.
How do you feel that this contributes to the community?
I feel it contributes to the community because it gets children with challenges. It gets children with challenges to come out and, you know, become part of the larger student body, become part of what's going on in the school. And because of that, it has a lot of value. And, you know, it's so special and important for these kids to have experiences like all other kids in the school. So that's why we do it and, you know, make some money too.
As Christmas is approaching, we have a few students here to talk about gift giving for the season. First, we have
Quincy.
Quincy, what is the number one thing on your Christmas list?
I'm glad you asked me that. Mine's is a 13-inch MacBook Air with a M3 chip.
So your gifts are more on the pricey side.
I know that's right.
Thank you so much. Next, we have
Sebastian Colfer.
Sebastian. What is a good last-minute gift for your kid if you're a parent going shopping for Christmas?
I'd say whatever your kid's favorite animal is, just get them a stuffed animal, a big stuffed animal of whatever that animal is. Because personally, my favorite animal is a polar bear, and I would love to get a big stuffed animal polar bear for Christmas. If you don't know what your kid's favorite animal is, then I don't think you're a very good parent.
That's adorable. Thank you.
I'm here with Jane. And what's the best gift that you've ever received?
The best gift I've ever received was a trip to California with my sisters from my dad.
Very nice. Thank you.
Jane, I've got a bonus question for you. So on top of the best gift you've ever gotten, what's the best gift you've ever given somebody?
The best gift I've ever given someone was a custom stuffed animal for my sister to look like our dog.
On top of gift giving, who's decorating for the season?
My house is already decorated inside and outside. My dad loves to decorate the outside. It's the only house on our street that is completely decorated. It's crazy. It's so bright. Yeah.
Well, my mom is like obsessed with Christmas, so she decorated the whole house this elf theme. We have the elf on top of the Christmas tree, and now she's just waiting to, have a fun time.
My family has not really decorated anything yet, but my mom did buy a talking bobblehead thing of Will Ferrell in Elf, Elf Will Ferrell, and she keeps throwing it at me, and it's very scary. I love my mom.
This is our journalism teacher, Mr. Ringle.
Hi, I just wanted to pop in here and give a message to the parents out there saying if there's something your kids have been asking for a couple of years in a row and they tell you they really want it, you should get it for them. When I was a kid, I really, really wanted a drum set, but in 5th grade, my parents didn't believe that I was serious, and then again in 6th grade, they didn't believe I was serious, and then finally in 7th grade, they bought me a drum set, and guess what? I still play drums every weekend, and I'm 43, but I'd be 2 years better if they had got me the drums in 5th grade.
Next up, our second edition of Mac of the Month. This month's flavor is Cracker Barrel Sharp White Cheddar. I've had this mac and cheese before, and it honestly never gets old. It is such a unique flavor that I haven't found in other macs. The cheesiness paired with the perfect shape of the elbow macaroni easily makes this a 10 out of 10 for me. What about you, Ray?
It was my first time trying this mac and cheese, and I loved it. The flavor mixed well with the shape of noodle, which I had never tried before. This was a 10 out of 10 for me as well.
So yeah, we definitely recommend that mac and cheese for you guys.
Thank you for joining us this month, and we hope to see you next month in the new year.
We hope everyone has a happy and safe holiday season. Dip.